How do we begin to evaluate success for programs once the playoff is expanded? For example, Penn State could likely go from never making it to making it most years. Does that mean they're actually any better? No, it does not mean they're any better. That question from Auburn, Alabama, by the way. No, it doesn't mean they're any better. It just means we're lowering the standard. There's no other way to put this. This is not even a debate about whether I'm pro or anti-expansion. Even you pro-expansionists out there, you have to admit, Penn State has been pretty good this past year. Jesse, where'd they finish? I don't even have IFB in. They finished in the top 10, right? I would just wag. Yes. Okay. I would just wag the robotic camera up and down. That's a speaker, by the way, that we have access to there that you just heard the voice of Jesse from. So Penn State would have made the playoff this past year if we run the A-B scenario. If in one world we're in 2022, if another world we're in pretend 2027, and Penn State made the playoffs despite having the same year, no, it doesn't mean they're better. And also, if they made the playoff and went and did what TCU did and surprised some people and pulled an upset or maybe two, and they made it to the national title game, no, they still weren't any better. They accomplished more because they were given the opportunity to accomplish more, but it doesn't mean the quality of the team was any better. But that doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what is. It sounds counterintuitive, but follow me. It matters what seems like it is. And so if it seems like Penn State's a lot better, if all of a sudden in the first 3 years of the expanded playoff, they make it 2 out of 3 years, that's what people are going to say. James Franklin has taken the program to the next level. James Franklin has Penn State breathing rarefied air they've never breathed before. And it's not true. It's just there's more oxygen in the room. Now, if Penn State does truly ascend and they're not only making the playoff, but they're winning the Big Ten, they're locking down the number 3 seed, they're getting first round byes, well then, yeah, you will definitively be able to say, yeah, Penn State's elevated. But this is going to happen with a few teams. It was a segment we did the other night. And I actually view this as a benefit. I don't always like lowering the standard. You know I don't like expanding the playoff. But if one of the byproducts is we get rid of some of the foolish talk that occurs at the end of our season, I'm all for that. And by that, I mean sometimes coaches are on the hot seat and they finish like 11th in the country. We've seen this with James Franklin. Not this past year, but in certain years they'll finish and they will have lost a couple of big games and someone will say, well, if we can't win those games, then we ought to move on. I mean, we had some people foolish enough to say that about Ryan Day. Not serious people, but there were some people foolish enough to say that about Ryan Day before they knew he was going to make the playoff this past year. And that was, well, if he can't beat Michigan, what's he here for? If we're not winning the Big Ten every year, what's he here for? Then they went to the playoff and lost to Georgia. And if he can't beat these big boys from the SEC, what's he here for? So anyway, if the net result of a world where Ohio State makes the playoff anyway, or Penn State makes the playoff anyway, results in me having to listen to 48% less nonsensical hot seat talk, then I'm for it. I'm on board with it. You show me where to sign up for that.
Guys, thanks for watching Late Kick. Make sure to leave a comment. I love interacting with you. But most of all, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's how we keep all of this free.